Alright, everyone. Welcome. Today we are doing something a little bit different. Obviously, we are not in Nomad today. We are not doing Stoneblock today. We are doing some experimentation with the new update. Uh, so, the 1.20 update to be exact. As a lot of you may know, or I think should know at this point, the 1.20 update has been updated to Minecraft. You can actually install the newest update that they have. It's like a pre-version, like a pre-released version. You can play it, you can test out everything that's in it, and some of that stuff is the player heads. Now, obviously, we have all this set up right here, but basically, I'll just get right to it as to how it works. So you basically place each head that you have, even Steve, and you can just place it on a note block, and as you can see right down there, it gives you a little bit of a noise. Obviously, the skeleton has a very faint noise, so probably hard to hear that one. Wither skeleton, a little bit easier to hear, but still a little bit faint. Villager Steve, Villager Steve does nothing. He does not react, so it could be that because you don't normally get a player head, you can't really make a sound out of it, and that's probably why. So if you try that on note block, it's probably not going to do much. Zombie gives you a zombie noise, pretty standard. Creeper, obviously new, but now the newest one is the Piglin or Piglin Brute. I think it's just a Piglin head though. Yep, Piglin head. So it gives you a Piglin noise. So obviously in the 1.20 update, we will most likely you'll be able to get a Piglin head. Because obviously you can get zombie, creeper, wither, skeleton, and a skeleton, along with the ender dragon. So obviously these could become or at least besides the ender dragon and the player head, those five could become a possible achievement to get. Now, is that a likely achievement? Not really. And the reason is because you need a creeper to explode and kill or destroy or bring basically another one of these monsters down to 0 HP. It drops a head. It's a whole fiasco. Very difficult, but honestly, it would probably be a good achievement. I mean, considering that like wither skeleton skulls, you already need 3 of them to get the wither. That's already achievement on itself. It's actually 2 achievements, and if you're going to include the nether star, that's an additional achievement. But all in all, that's it. Now that there's 5 of them, it would be a difficult but interesting achievement to have because you could add on to like the wither skeleton achievement. Okay, so now we are going to be talking about some of the newer stuff, as in books and the Chisel Bookshelf. So obviously with this, we have a couple functions. We can do redstone or just with a hopper, and if we drop it, it goes right on in. And we can just grab it, and so forth. This also works on enchanted books, so I just put all the enchanted books I have. And then we also have our written book that we've made. Book written by blank. Chapter 1, hello. Chapter 2, goodbye. Fantastic book. Would recommend reading. But then also we could do just like this. And then obviously since we have 7 books, this one's left over. And then if I take it out, that book goes in, and so on and so forth. So yeah, honestly, very helpful. And then, so if I do this, there we go. Hello. Do you do you mind kind of doing something? Thank you. So yeah, very simple update to the game. Honestly, but it does make for a little bit of creativity, as you can always take out books. Like I can do, let's take this book out and then this book out. Okay, now it's just gives a little bit more customization, obviously, because originally it was like, okay, you have all 6 books, can't, sir? Okay. But yeah, so it does give some customization because obviously in previous versions you were not allowed to even look at, remove, add any books to the bookshelf. Or you can see it like this. That was only a modded version stuff. If you had a mod for it, you could probably do something like that. But other than that, it's just something that you didn't have. So obviously this update is very good as it will give not only like redstone people something to like work with or just try some interesting things out, but also give heck, the guy is trying to spite me. Yeah, I see you peeking over the corner. But yeah, it also gives builders also a chance for just creating some new, interesting. Fine, you can be in the shot. But yeah, it gives builders something interesting to do because obviously it makes the uh, buddy. You get what I mean. Why are you going towards the pillager? There you go. Now you're finding your way. Okay. But yeah, that's what this update's about, at least for the Chisel one. And now we can go on to the some of the new animals that will be in the game. So with animals, as you can see to my right, we have the camels. Camels are the brand new mob in the game. They are something that will be a new added. Obviously, we have our camel spawn egg right here. We can spawn a camel, all great and good. That being said, though, there is no sniffer spawn egg yet. Obviously, that will probably be in a later update. For now, it's still probably in the designing stages for the game. So obviously, can't do that as of yet. That being said, though, we have 2 new spawn eggs that are very new to at least Java Edition. Um, and that is the Snow Golem and Iron Golem. Yes, that is right. So now we can. Oh, I forgot we're in a desert. Well, you saw him for a second, so you understand. Snow Golem, you can now at least spawn it, and it will just spawn a Snow Golem with an Iron Golem. You can do the same thing. So now they are spawn eggs. Or you can even have a monster spawner. Now, that being said, you cannot break a monster spawner in survival, but at least in creative mode, you will be able to access it and even put in a monster or iron golem in there that will spawn iron golems. Now we can do that. Okay. But yeah, and then finally the last thing that we have for this update is we have the whole just even like creative mode that you have has been updated. It's a lot cleaner, easier to find stuff. So we have our building blocks, which is anywhere from wood to our new bamboo stuff, bamboo blocks, which I'll probably go into that in a later episode or video. Then we have stone, netherite, or nether stuff, and diamond blocks, nether blocks. Well, you kind of understand all that. Then you have a section for all your color blocks, which is actually very helpful because originally they were just with like building blocks, natural blocks, and it just became very confusing. I was like, okay, I have to go through this entire list, figure out what I want to get. So I'd have to like, all right, let's just look up wool, and you get all that for wool. But now it's much simpler, much nicer, much cleaner, which is a very big plus for a lot of people if you're building or just in creative in general. Then you have natural blocks, which are just obviously, like it says, blocks that you would find even in survival. Just it's just around you. You don't have to create the block, or which I guess when you think of natural, you'd think, oh, why is oak log not in natural? I mean, I think it could go hand in hand. Like, yeah, you'll find oak log or a spruce log in the natural, but that's how they wanted to do it. So, I mean, why not just keep it as that for now? It's a lot cleaner nonetheless. Then you have your functional blocks, so like torches, lanterns, tables, all this. So it is nice, and actually the funny thing is, we have redstone blocks, and yet lectern is actually in functional. That is a very interesting thing because lecterns are, for the most part, always with redstone, but now it's not the case anymore. And then you have all your redstone blocks, which, for some reason, Big Drip Leaf is in redstone. Honestly, if you guys know the answer on how a drip leaf can use redstone, please let me know. I have no idea how that works. And then we go down to tools and utilities. Obviously, like it says, tools and utilities. So we have our discs, horns, boats, which I think we also saw boats here. So somehow a bamboo raft with chest and oak boat with chest is in the redstone, and then it's also in tools and utility. I think that's obviously there's some things that Mojang will have to clean up a little bit. Obviously, it's a still a work in progress, so some of this stuff will most likely be updated once the official 1.20 goes out. Then we go to combat. Fairly simple. All the damage stuff, even snowballs and eggs, because technically you can do damage with both of those things. Then we have our food, our potions, which, I mean, okay. For the most part, that's understandable. Food and drinks, you can drink all the potions, milk, soup, so understandable. And I guess the reason why you might think, oh, why are there so many suspicious stews? Well, because you can do saturation, night vision, fire resistance, blindness, weakness, regen, jump boost, poison, and wither. So yeah, you can make all those suspicious stews, and it's not like, oh, okay, but that's one thing. Then you have your ingredients, which I'm not really sure why book is in ingredients, but hey, I'm not judging. But obviously, I'm sure maybe it was supposed to be in functional, redstone, not sure, but who knows? It could be updated in the near future. And then finally, we have our spawn eggs. Pretty simple, straightforward, nothing crazy. And then obviously, if you just want to go with the regular style, you can view it like this, but eventually I'm sure people will be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a lot cleaner and a lot nicer to use. But yeah, I think that'll do it for us today. Obviously, we got a lot of things that we talked about, a lot of things that I introduced at the very least. So if you guys have anything that you'd like to see, honestly, yeah, I know I wasn't able to do the sniffer. Unfortunately, it's not in this latest 1.20 release update. It'll most likely be in future ones, but for now, it is not. Obviously, once we are able to have it in an update, I will get to it, and I will try to figure out all its functions and even the plants or the uh, ancient stuff that it can dig out. But yeah, hopefully you guys like the video, and make sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff, and I'll see you all in the next video. All right, see you guys.